Welcome to Quick Bite, your fast and friendly Florida insurance update.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Roshonda with the ISOM Insurance Group, back again with another Quick Bite episode, your fast and informative insurance market update. Today is Monday, December the 15th, 2025. And if you've been a Florida homeowner for any length of time, you already know how stressful the insurance market has been over the years. However, last time premiums were rising, carriers were pulling out, and many homeowners felt stuck with no good options. But today's episode is different because today we finally get to talk about some good news. We're breaking down what's happening right now in the Florida's property insurance market, including rate decreases, returning private insurers, fewer citizens policies, lower litigation, and new consumer protections around AI claim decisions. So grab your snack, settle in, and let's dig into what this means for your wallet. For many years, Florida homeowners have faced some of the highest insurance premiums in the country. Hurricanes, fraud, excessive litigation, and limited carrier options created a perfect storm. At one point, Florida accounted for a disproportionate share of the nation's property insurance lawsuits. Even though we're just one state, that pressure showed up in your mailbox as double-digit rate increases year after year. But here's the shift. The reforms passed starting in 2022 are finally showing real results, not promises, not projections, actual numbers. And the biggest signal of that change starts with citizens. Let's talk about the headline making waves across Florida. Citizens Property Insurance Corporation, Florida's state-backed insurer of last resort, has finally, and I mean finally, recommended a rate decrease. That's right, Citizens is proposing an average 2.6% rate reduction on personal lines, set to take effect in June of 2026. This is huge for two reasons. It's the first proposed rate cut since 2015. Let me say that again. This is the first rate cut by Citizens since 2015. It's a complete reversal from the steep rate hikes we've seen in recent years. Also, now here's where it gets interesting or even better. About 3 out of every 5 Citizens policyholders could see an average decreases of around 11.5%, which translates roughly into $359 per year in savings. For families who have been absorbing increases after increases, this is meaningful relief, not just a talking point. This isn't just a Citizen story, by the way. Private insurance carriers are also filing for and receiving approval for rate reductions, which is a strong indicator that the market is stabilizing. Here are a few examples. Heritage Property and Casualty received an approval for an average 3.3% rate decrease. Security First filed for an 8% state reduction. Patriot Select has already reduced average premiums by 11.3%. Florida Peninsula Insurance filed for a rate. Let me get the number. Hold on for a second. Let me get the number. All right. To find the number again, Florida Peninsula Insurance filed for one of the largest rate cuts in history with about 8.4% off homeowners policies and roughly 12% off condo coverage. What we're seeing now is something Florida homeowners haven't had in a long time, and I mean a long time. Competition, and competition puts pressure on prices in a good way. State regulators are also confirming a trend that many homeowners are starting to feel at renewal time. The rapid double digit annual premium increases have slowed significantly. The Florida Office of Insurance Regulations is now seeing more filings with 0% increases. Yay! We need it. Thank God, and a growing number of modest decreases. That doesn't mean every homeowner will see a cut. Risk still matters, but the days of automatic massive increases appear to be behind us. Here's a Here's another strong indicator of market health. The number of policies held by citizens dropped by roughly 73% from its 2023 peak, putting it at the lowest level since Citizens was created. Why does this matter? Because Citizens was never meant to be a long-term home for policyholders. It's designed to be an insurer of last resort. Again, it was designed to be the insurer of last resort. However, in the market, it became the insurer of first resort, or even the only resort. So not the so it wasn't meant to be the largest carrier in the state. This sharp decline tells us that private carriers are writing policies again. Depopulation efforts are working. I've addressed this before in previous videos, so feel free to go back, and I did address the citizens depopulation process and how that works and how it's affecting the market now that they're trending to less policies. Homeowners now have more choices, and more choices almost always lead to better pricing and coverage options. One of the biggest drivers of instability in Florida's insurance market has been litigation. Thanks to legislative reforms, including changes to one-way attorney fees and assignment of benefits, property insurance lawsuits have dropped significantly. Recent data shows nearly a 25% decline in property insurance lawsuits, faster claim resolution times, lower legal costs for carriers. Less litigation means insurers can focus on paying legitimate claims instead of funding legal battles, and those savings help support lower and more stable premiums. Now let's talk about a forward-looking issue that affects consumers directly. This just came out. We do know that we are going to be going into the new legislative session here in Florida starting in January. But a Florida House panel recently approved House Bill 527, which requires that a qualified human professional must make the final decision on claim denials or reduction in claim payments. Even if AI or algorithms are used in the process, this bill doesn't ban AI. It simply ensures that no homeowner's claim is denied solely by a computer model. That human in the loop requirement is an important safeguard as technology continues to evolve in the insurance space. Across Florida, homeowners are beginning to notice changes. Some are seeing lower renewal premiums, others are successfully shopping policies again, sometimes saving hundreds or even thousands annually. Agents like me are seeing more carrier options that they've had than they have had in years. And I can attest to this. I've just received another carrier coming into the market, appointment, sending out an email for us to request an appointment this week. It's not perfect yet, and not every zip code looks the same, but compared to just a few years ago, the market is far healthier. Remember, I discussed this in another video that we did not have any major hurricane that hit Florida this year. So that, coupled with all the legislative reforms, are definitely indicating a softening market. If today's quick bite resonated, maybe you're insured with Citizens, your renewal is coming up, or you haven't shopped your homeowner's policy in a while. Now is a great time to get a no obligation policy review. We can walk you through your coverage limits, deductibles, and carrier options and see whether these market shifts can work in your favor. So please feel free to give us a call or visit our website where you just put in your information and one of our licensed insurance agents will reach out to you to do a free no obligation policy review. And if you found this quick bite helpful, please like this video, share it with your friends, and drop a comment below with any insurance questions you'll like for me to cover in a future episode. Quick Bite episodes now drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, tax, or specific insurance advice. Please consult a licensed insurance professional regarding your unique situation. This is Roshonda with the ISOM Insurance Group here in sunny Florida. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Visit us at isomInsuranceGroup.com.